This is what the basement looked like when we bought the house. And after months of doing all this work myself, it is finally finished. We took this basement from bare concrete walls to completely finished. A bathroom, a laundry room, a bedroom, a living area, storage, and a whole lot of other details that I thought I'd never get done. And because I know everybody was going to ask, I kept track of all the numbers and I plan to do a full cost breakdown of this basement. First, let me show you how it turned out. All right guys, I'm gonna flip you around and show you the carpet. It looks amazing. Up here at the top, I just used Lexel to put this LVP trim piece on, just overlaps the carpet. Carpet's all done. Got this all trimmed out. Now all this is finished. Got a little video game here. My little one still plays with her dolls and stuff, so we had to incorporate that. Then you got the bathroom, which you guys have seen. I added this shelving and hanging rods here as an extension to this laundry room. This turned out really nice. Dryer's a little dented up, but that was the one that was here when we bought this. But this works out really nice. And then this closet here, although it's not finished, I kind of made it a space where I can hang my clothes at the end of the day. Some of my clothes are down here that I wear every day. That way I'm just not upstairs. The bedroom upstairs just isn't that big. And then I have clothes stored in those drawers as well. Then here's the main living area, which turned out awesome. That right there extended out this way and it just came out too far, so we just threw that in the corner. Really don't even need it, but this worked out really nice. Great place to watch movies and hang out. So here in the whole basement, we couldn't get drywall. For those of you who followed know I couldn't get an 8-foot sheet of drywall down the stairs, so we chose to do pre-finished shiplap, and it actually turned out amazing. All of the walls we did white, all the ceilings we did black, and it turned out way better than I thought it would. All right, and then here's my son's room. And before I give you a little tour, this is a Japanese joinery bed that I put together, and it was probably one of the coolest bed frames that I've ever put together. So I'm gonna back up and show you how this thing went together because it was pretty amazing. Emily and I just got done cleaning all the walls, the ceiling. My son set up his bed and slept down here last night. He was so excited. But we got a bed for him, a new bed frame, so we're gonna put that together and get his room set up so he can sleep in here. Clean these windows, they look a lot better. First step is to haul this bed in and get it together. All right, so Remington's had a pretty crappy bed basically forever. Whenever I've slept in his bed with him, like I feel like I wake up and I can't walk so bad. So we wanted to get him a really nice bed, so we got him a mattress. We also got him a brand new bed frame, which is pretty cool. This bed we got is by Flexi Spot. It is the Kana Retro Japanese joinery bed. It's supposed to be really high quality. It's supposed to go together super easy. We're gonna start with the headboard and see how it goes. Pretty excited about it. It looked pretty cool in the pictures, but we'll find out. I'll carry that in. All right, step one, 12L and 12R. So I got 12R there, 12L there, and then I need 2R and 2L. So 2L, 2R, right there. Big seam is to the inside. This slides in here. This is Japanese joinery, so the point of this is that you get a really nice, tight, snug fit, and then the idea is that it doesn't move or get squeaky or anything like that over time. So I'm gonna have to set this over here for now. I need piece number 3, 6, 5, 4. These are both 3. Now 3 will go in and overlap and lock in to 2L and 2R. So you can see I'm gonna get that lined up like so. Stick this through there. There we go. Boom. That's awesome. You can see this groove right here goes in and overlaps right there. So we're going to lift this up. Slide that in, push it down. So this is going to lift up here. Slide like that. This one is going to lift up. And that is nice and snug. That one up. Makes sense what you got to do? I mean, that is a nice tight fit. So this is rubber wood, which is a super hard, scratch resistant, mold resistant, basically just an all-around awesome wood to build with. And these joints are super tight, you can see. Next piece has holes on the side, or on the bottom, you can see. And then there's pre-installed dowels right here, so it'll just slide over there and fit over those. Gotta get down so right back here, see there is holes, and then there was a threaded insert in here. So you just use these guys, line it up. And then once you get them all started and you make sure it's all lined up, then we can tighten them down. All right, so this piece here goes vertically on the back side of the bed, and 3 screws go into pre-threaded holes. You can see there's 3 holes with inserts in it there. Just gonna do the middle one, slide that in there. I started my DIY and self-build journey almost 30 years ago, and back then most of what we had was either used, handed down, or whatever we could afford at the time. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just where we started. Over the years, I kept learning. I learned how to build things, how to fix things, and probably most importantly, that you don't have to have everything figured out before you start. So putting together something like this bed for my son might not seem like a big deal, but to me it is. It's a reminder of how far we've come. We've gone from making do with what we had to be able to create a home and build things for our kids that I'm genuinely proud of. And if you're at the beginning of your own journey right now, don't get discouraged by where you're starting. Just keep learning, keep building, keep improving a little at a time. Because 30 years goes by a lot faster than you think, and someday you might look around and realize just how far you've come. All right, so that took about, 25 minutes, and there was no tools required. You can see this is all the joinery right here, and at the front, bedposts and headboard. And then these are wedges that you just tap in with a mallet that comes with it. slats all Velcro in place, along with dowels. So you have a dowel that you can start the slats on. And then this is all joinery here. And then all of the fasteners that are required for the bottom of the supports and for the back of the head port are all just tightened with your fingers. And so I would say this was a really simple install. Of course, he had to have some of his deer up in here. And then here his closet is, and we used some more of those built-in shelving units from Lowe's with hanging rods. I got a bunch of my sweatshirts and stuff down here. Just he had extra room, so I put them in here. But we're just going to leave this all open. It looks really nice, looks clean, and no reason to put doors on there. And then here's the bed, obviously, which is amazing. This thing is rock solid. And here is the utility room, which you guys have all seen. This is all organized in here, all of our storage. We had added a refrigerator down here. We brought our deep freeze down here. This turned out awesome. All of our utilities. But this is a nice, this ended up being a really nice storage area for us, and gets all this stuff out of the garage. So that is the finished basement. The one question I have not answered is how much did this cost? I have kept track of all of the costs all the way through the finishes. In one of our next videos, I'm going to break down the cost of this entire basement, and we're going to see how much I actually saved by doing this myself. But as always, we appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and don't stop dreaming.